Let's bring in now our political panel and take it straight to them. With us, Brownstein Hyde Farber Schreck Policy Director Greta Joins and Democratic analyst Ari Aramesh. Thanks for being here. Obviously, it's been a news-breaking sort of day with this meeting going on over there. Ari, I want to go to you first. What did you make of this deal in this announcement?
He looks very presidential. It's getting a little harder and harder to just criticize his style, although I was a little surprised to hear that a 15% tariff on that side, a 15% tariff on this side. If Republicans are all for smaller government, let's get rid of the red tape. 15 minus 15 is 0. So why not just have no tariffs whatsoever? I think he's trying to sell the tariffs to his political base and say, hey, we got tariffs in place. But if the tariffs sort of zero out, why have tariffs at all? But two things that struck me as successes. A stronger NATO is stronger America, and it's good for the world. Russia under Putin is not a friend, will not be a friend. And China under the Communist Party is not a friend, will not be a friend. A strong alliance, transatlantic, between the U.S. and the free world and Europe, a strong NATO alliance, and a strong military alliance keeping the Europeans and NATO, even though they're not involved in Asia, but on our side and stronger with American leadership, it's a good thing. So I'm glad to hear the president is not, taking jabs at NATO and at Europeans. We have our differences, but we have some core values in common, such as freedom, such as believing that every vote counts, and such as, hey, if the Russians or the Chinese were to attack, we should all stand together.
Well, and the president saying that this deal will bring stability in bringing the two countries closer together. And Ari, let the record show you called President Trump presidential at this moment. We'll play that back for you, and perhaps closer to the midterms when there's more disagreement, which is where I want to take you, Greta, because obviously Ari and other Democrats, how can you not look at this as a positive deal? And the president took a lot of criticism for this trade war that he started. Is this now a winning issue for Republicans? And have Democrats lost an opportunity to attack President Trump on this?
Yes, they have. And it's really kind of striking, I think, with the way that you're looking at Democrats trying to, tie themselves into knots and finding different ways to try and attack the president. Ultimately, he has been successful in his first term and now in his second in developing and finding new ways for America to be successful. I'm so glad Ari agrees with me on this point. But I think, we're not tired of the winning yet, but frankly, we're getting a little close. Like this is a home run for the president and for the American people.
So, Ari, excuse me. As we look at this, and obviously this will be touted as a success, as you acknowledge, but yet the Democrats are struggling to sort of find their message as we start thinking about the midterms. You've got avowed socialists in New York City, in Mamdani. Many Democrats worried that that's now sort of where the party's going. But if you kind of put those two together, as Democrats look for their message, do international successes like this make it more difficult for Democrats to sort of construct their message?
If they translate into economic growth at home, yes. Let's keep in mind, true, President Trump is presidential today, but why is that such an exception to the rule? He should be presidential every day. Yeah. Why is it that these Trump tariffs are now bearing fruit? We didn't need the Trump tariff wars to begin with. But going back to the Democratic Party, let's never... we never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity.
Yeah.
So let's just not get too out of ourselves. The Democratic Party, and I speak to a lot of friends who are the base of the Democratic Party, they are angry that we criticize someone like Mamdani. I know he's a young, charismatic, fresh face. He's not involved in Cuomo corruption and so on and so forth. But
we'll see where that goes, Ari. I hate to cut you short. We're running up against a break with all the breaking news. Sure. We had to cut the panel short. But thank you for being here. Great insight. We'll talk a lot more about this coming up. Meanwhile, we have a lot more on this trade deal on the show here. We'll be back with that in a moment.